So I'm super, guys, happy to invite all of you guys to my live. I think it's the first or the fifth already episode. And today we're actually going to talk about podcasting. I really wanted to kind of bring Brandon here to talk more about podcasting and how to monetize it. I know personally, I have a lot of questions about that. I know a lot of people from my followers probably have a lot of questions from that as well. And so, man, we're super excited to have you on today. I guess let's just jump right into it. So, Brendan, talk to us about why podcasting, what's bringing you to it, why you love this thing so much. By the way, Jeff told me a lot of good stuff about you. Jeff the entrepreneur, I was able to talk to him about that today as well.
Yeah.
He mentioned he knows you.
Facts. 100%. What's good, Jeff? I see you up in here. I mean, there's just so many great things about it, to be honest with you, man. Like, if you're like a brand new entrepreneur or brand new creator, let's say you want to network with people that are at a higher level than you are. You don't have the money to invest. Maybe you're strapped on a budget or whatever the case may be. You can create a platform. You can create a podcast and then use that to leverage to get them on your
I
show.
agree.
That in itself, you'll be able to connect with almost whomever you want. You'll get free coaching. They'll be talking about what they have going on. They'll literally answer every question you have, right? And it's a great way for you to network, build relationships, build your business, and then also make some powerful partnerships. That's really how I started. I started doing that during the time I was still a realtor. You know what I'm saying? And I was just
Oh,
connecting with
wow.
people that own businesses, mortgage people, entrepreneurs, founders. And I just, the correlation is no one ever said no. Everyone was just saying, yeah, I'm come on, yeah. So that in itself, I'm like, man, this is something special right here because I can already tell like this right here is like the best way I can probably explain it. It's like it's just really a cheat code, honestly. It's a cheat code to relationship building and
Agree.
networking.
And what I can add to the Brandon is how I see stuff, right? We help a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs, and the way I see it is like I always wanted to go for the big leads, right? And I'm like, well, let's say I'm going to this event. Let's say I'm at the 10x Grant Cardone event, and I meet this, huge guy, a huge investor. All of a sudden, if you meet with him, it doesn't mean that he respects you, knows you, or want to do anything with you. But then I thought to my head, I'm like, wait a second. Let's say I'm doing a live show, or let's say I'm doing a podcast. All of a sudden I have like 50 minutes I can spend with him, get to know him, for him to get to know me. Our relationship got better, now he knows who I am, we talked, we kind of know each other already. And all of a sudden after 50 minutes of podcast, I can utilize his audience, he can utilize my audience. So it's a win-win situation already for both of us. And we can after go for lunch together, meet with each other, and continue to do other business as well. So for me, I definitely
Yeah, and
agree
you
with you. I
didn't you
think
didn't
it's a
even
great.
mention the content that y'all creating that you could continue to
Oh
make.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And a lot of people discount that. A lot of people just like,
Forget
they
about it.
they they forget about that. And that's
Correct.
content that's evergreen and that you can use literally forever. That's ads you can run. You can get better as a speaker. You can turn that into a speaker reel. You can turn that into content. If you're someone that is not good at or you think you're not good at making content, or maybe you get camera shot, getting on a podcast is the easiest way for you to create content while you just being yourself because people are just asking you questions. You're just answering them. You don't have to. You know how times people put a camera in front of your face and then people be changing. They got like a camera voice all of a sudden,
Correct.
or they say things a certain
Yeah.
way and they gotta be. So when you're on a
Agreed.
podcast, that doesn't happen. So you can literally just be yourself. You have that content, and then you can use that content.
So like for me, when bro, let's talk about like content, like in today's world, how important it is, dude. Like yesterday I was just thinking to my head, I'm like, listen, if nobody knows you, like I just, was thinking about the sentence that if like nobody knows you, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And I want you to like to add about it, but it doesn't matter if nobody knows you. It doesn't matter if you have the best product, the best business, the best service out there. Like if you're getting the best feedback, but if nobody knows you, it's just a service. It's just somebody out there that offer another service. And there is one big sentence that I always kind of resonate with me is like, the better know always be the best. And so I want to kind of hear what's your perspective on that. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I think like in today's days, branding is everything.
Yeah, like one of my best friends says, the more they know you, the more they can flow you. So I mean, like
Uh-huh.
you said, you can have a lemonade stand. I can have a lemonade stand. Like, let's say we both got an idea. Tom can have a lemonade stand. I'm gonna have one. Tom decides to start open his lemonade stand right now, and he launches it. And let's say Tom's lemonade stands open for 30 days. Let's say I pre-sell and market my lemonade stand for 30 days, and then I open on the 30th day. Tom, the only business he's getting is word of mouth from referrals and whoever's going to walk by. I got 30 days to market myself. I
Oh
got
yeah.
30 days to let people know who I am. So when I open up on that 30th day, it doesn't matter that Tom was open for 30 days. I'm going to have more sales than him, especially in that first day. Because I use 30 days to get on podcasts, to market, to let people know who I am, to let them know I got the best lemonade. Even if I open up across the street from Tom, I'm still gonna have more business than him because I spent that time getting the word out about the lemonade. So it's all about exposure. You can have the idea of a product and you can sell more off a pre-sale versus if you have the product done and don't market at all. Look at the Cybertruck. Cybertruck came out 5 years later.
That,
They was pre-selling the
that's crazy.
Cybertruck for
The
5 years.
story about it, it's insane. Literally
Yeah, they
insane.
was pre-selling that for 5 years, and people still didn't even get their Cybertrucks.
Oh yeah,
Not
man,
everybody.
the wait lines for it, it's insane. I know, and the just the marketing by itself that they did for that, it's insane. You know, first they were kind of like promoting it, but there is like you have no have access to it at all. Then once the access come, they did also smart. They didn't give it to everybody at once. They like gave it to some people, then they kind of started to distribute it, little by little. So let's talk about Brandon. Let's talk about when people start podcast and. A lot of people just look at the money part, and I want to kind of hear your thoughts on about it. But a lot of people like, hey, I'm going to create a podcast. I'm probably going to make money from that. I'm going to have people paying me for that. But and I know that it's probably not always the case, right? It's very hard to get a podcast that you can monetize right off the bat. And there is some build up, which I agree there is some way you got to go with to create a build up for your podcast to get a good audience, to get a good guest speaker you can bring on. So what would you take on like those people that think like they gotta do it fast with podcasts, like everything gotta be fast, like they want it right now?
I agree with them. You can have it right now,
So
but
you
you
think
can't
you
have it right now.
can?
Yeah, of course you can. You just can't have it right now the way that they think. So if you think you're gonna launch your podcast and get money from YouTube, or get money from Spotify, or get a brand deal, that's not how you monetize a podcast, especially not in the beginning. I
What are some
have a
ways you
whole
think? Yeah, talk to us about what are some ways you could possibly do it.
yeah, I have a whole workshop I do every single week, and one of the best ways is like that foundational four, and then I'll give you like a bonus. So number one, you want to productize your show. Productizing your show is going to allow you to create products. If you don't have a product, can't sell nothing. And most podcasters don't make money because they ain't got nothing to sell, or they haven't realized what they have to sell. So the first thing you want to do is create a digital asset. A lot of the times, the episodes that you're making, that information in the episodes, the conversation that you're having, even this one we have right now, we're dropping so much valuable information. You can package that up into a digital asset.
Correct.
At the end of the day, everyone's not going to watch the whole podcast. Some people just want the gems. Take the gems out, put them in a digital asset, have that available for sale. Second thing is paid communities, right? I would use a platform like School, WAP,
Schools, yeah.
Mighty Networks, anything like that, and then have have a recurring product. So let's say your overhead for your podcast, or just in general, is 3K a month. Well, if you have a paid community and it's $99 a month, 30 people is $36,000. You straight. You don't need 3,000 downloads. You need 30 people. You know what I'm saying? The third way is affiliates. Affiliates is $1 billion industry. Literally every
It,
single product and service
it's
is
insane,
affiliate.
yeah.
So you can leverage your episodes to promote affiliate products and get free money, right? Number four is making sure your show is actually a business. One of the biggest reasons why a lot of podcasters don't monetize or their shows don't last is because they still operate it as a hobby. You know what I'm saying? It's a business. So you need to go get your LLC, go get your business bank account, go get your EIN, make sure you turn your podcast into a media business, Now you can actually use this and leverage it to get business credit. Now you have money that can actually fund growing your show, right? The next thing that you want to do is what I like to call the VIP package. At the end of the day, content is a product. So if you're not making content, you can't really sell anything because it's a content economy right now. But what you do is if I'm coming on Tom's show, right, and I'm making content right with Tom, it's basically a collaboration. At the end of the day, most guests are not going to do nothing with the content.
Correct.
They can be like,
Just gonna
they can
see
be
it.
like, thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tom. I'm out. This was great. They're not even gonna watch it, right? So what you do is you make it easy for them, right? You take the files, you put it in a folder, you make clips for them, maybe give them a shout out, maybe put a commercial in there. Now you have a package. That's a VIP package. So if I'm like, I'll give you an example, and we ain't even rehearsed this, but I just know how it's gonna go. Let's say Tom's coming on my show. I'll say something like, "Hey Tom, excited to have you on the podcast. But before we start, man, are you on? I just want to let you know we have a VIP package. Are you interested in that?"
Let's do it.
So
Let's
so
see it. You know.
Tom's gonna say, "What is that?" Like he just said, "Let's see it." Right. So everyone's gonna ask what it is. So now I'm gonna be like, "All right. So listen, Tom. What we're gonna do is once the podcast's over, I'm gonna give you the audio. I'm gonna give you the video. I'm gonna give you 8 clips. We're gonna make a commercial while we're on the podcast to promote your products and services, and I'm gonna give you that content folder so you can do whatever you need to do with it, especially post those clips. It's only gonna be 350, right? That's you're basically monetizing the content that you're creating right now. That listen, I had one of my best clients took that strategy. He made $4,200 in the first 30 days, and in 5 months with that strategy, he made 50,000. Right?
So you're saying your clients will take the content, let's say that we do right now, they'll put it into different clips and then they'll sell it. But if they can sell it after for a package, it's probably a question that probably the audience will have as well. If let's say they take a package of couple of short clips, let's say you're posting it on your Instagram, why they will pay if you're already posting it on Instagram, the short
Because
clips and
you're
all that?
giving them the files.
Which
They can
files?
do
Just
they can do whatever they want with it. Me posting a clip still doesn't help you out. You might collab on it, you might get tagged on it, but you're not using it in your marketing. Most people don't have a marketing plan. 60% of business owners do not have a marketing plan. That means they do not market at all. They don't have no marketing plan. They got no way to let people know anything about their business other than word of mouth and referrals. So if I'm giving you some assets that you can actually email out, use for your social, use for your YouTube channel, using your text message marketing, or just have some files that you can actually utilize for your business, a smart entrepreneur is going to pay for that.
You mean like files of stuff? Like what do you mean by files? Is it like
The
like
content are files. Your audio, the video, the clips, the commercial. Those are files. That's a content folder. Right now, we're creating content. You could download this. You could download this live. Now you
correct,
have the video file. That's
correct,
a video file. If you strip the audio, now you have an audio file. If you take this and send it to your editors, they can make 10, 12 clips.
correct.
Now you have a video file, an audio file, 12 clips. If you say, "Hey, Brendan, before we get out of here, say something for your business." Boom, now I got a commercial. That's 4 files. I'm most likely not going to do that. Most guests aren't going to do that. So if you say, "Hey, listen, when this is over, I'm going to give you this content file so you have assets that you can promote your business on,"
Ah, I get what you're
they're
saying.
going
This is
they're going to
something
say
for the
yes.
guest.
Yes, for
I
the
get what
guest.
you're saying.
Yeah, they're going to
For the
say
guest
yes.
speaker in the podcast, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and now you say, "Hey, that's only 250. It's only 350. It's only $500." You do 4 shows a month. That's 2 bands,
I get
and
what
all
you're
you're
saying.
doing,
That's big.
yeah, that's $2,000. Another way is one of my favorite ways is you collaborate with the guest or the host. So, for instance, let's say I'm hosting a podcast. Tom was just on the show. I'm like, hey, Tom. So listen, what we're gonna do is this, right? We're gonna take the top 5 to 8 things, the real gems, the real meat and potatoes. We're gonna put it in a digital product. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it an affiliate. Then that way we can rev share. So literally anytime anyone from your audience makes a purchase or my audience makes a purchase, it's 50% going to you, 50% going to me. We're not even doing anything. We're just sharing it. If you throw it in one of your funnels, or if you throw it in your email marketing, or if you upsell it or downsell it, you're gonna have money going straight to your bank account off the rev share, and it's something that we did one time. You
What are
can
some
literally do that. You can do that with every single guest that you have.
what are some stuff you like for a podcast? I mean, let's say there's a lot of podcasts. Obviously, you've been part of it. What's some stuff that you see like in terms of affiliate that's happening a lot that you see? Which type of products? Is it like online courses? Like what type of affiliate you see
I
a
mean,
lot?
it honestly doesn't matter. What you want to do is, like think about your audience. What type of podcast do you have, right? So maybe you want to get affiliate products that are complementary to your podcast, right? So if you got let's say you got let's say you got a podcast on skincare, you talk about wellness and skincare, you might want to get some affiliate products that are in the wellness space or in the skincare space, you know? Um, but one of the most profitable I've seen out there is these tech education uh certifications where you can get a certification and learn how to get a job in tech, and then once you take that, they'll place you in a career. And a career might be anywhere from like 100,000 to
Yeah,
two
yeah,
hundred
yeah.
and fifty, 300,000. But those courses, they're giving away anywhere from $100 to $300 every referral. So four referrals is $1,200.
A month just recurring.
Amazon is a big affiliate
Yeah,
marketplace.
I've
So
heard
is
about them.
so is Impact. So is JV Zoo. So is ClickBank. Those are all just affiliate marketplaces. There's tons of products on there. Even a site called Podcorn. Tons of products on there. So if people saying you can't monetize the podcast, it's just because they ain't tapped in with me, or they only want to monetize one way, which is brand deals, sponsorships, or having a large YouTube on it.
How big would you say, like, let's say you're starting a podcast, how big do you need to go in order to see at least 10 grand a month or 4 grand a month from podcast?
It's not about big. It's about having a show that's impactful. If you go to my YouTube, I don't got a large. My podcast's not large, but I've made over $700,000 in the space because I've made products and services. It
So
has
it's
no.
not
It
always
has
about
no.
the views. It has
It
nothing to
has
do with
no.
that.
It has nothing to do with the audience. Do you know how many podcasts have a big audience that make no money? It has nothing to do
Wow.
with having an audience. It has everything to do with having productization.
So is there like a strategies that you usually follow in terms of like the podcast, or is it something that you just learn with the time and you always develop new products and stuff like that? Or
No, I
is it
mean
something that
I
there
have a
is
product. I have a product suite, but the first thing you gotta do is be committed to the process. You can't say you're a podcast and don't drop shows consistently. So that's number one.
consistent?
You gotta be committed to the process. Number two is you have to productize. So you have to have at least one product. I would recommend at least two. But you want to have some products, and then you want to use the episodes to promote said products so they can market your products on their own. So 1 month goes by, 6 months goes by, years goes by. I'm watching episode 17. People that are watching that or listening to that, they can still run into those offers. You
Correct.
gotta look at each episode is a marketing tool.
I know, and you probably know a lot of the best guys, I think, and I had a chance to meet with him one time, but I think Wes Weston, you know him probably. He's doing an amazing job with his podcast. I mean, just promoting his coaching and just I see it all the time, every time the podcast is leading for his product. And there's a lot, good people out there that do it, but I was just thinking about him because so you saying podcast is a great way to kind of it's a great way to lead people to get your products in the end of the day.
At the end of the day, first thing you gotta do is have a product. Second thing is great for building relationships. It's amazing for networking. It's amazing for content creation. It's amazing for making sure that you become an authority in your space. Is
Right.
a lot of leverage opportunities here.
Got it. And what's so like let's say what would you say, like the five things, like somebody is just starting today a podcast, like he's there in the audience, he wants to start. What are like the three tips you will do? You will say even before you start a podcast, think about the products, or you will say first start the products, the podcast, and then the products will develop. Like what is like the three kind of
You
first
gotta
steps that
have
somebody
an
will take?
intention. Why are you doing the show? If you just
Intention.
want to do it because it's cool or because like, you know, everybody got a podcast, and that's the wrong reason.
Mentality,
So
yeah.
you gotta have you know, intention. After you have the intention, you need to have a goal. What's the goal? You know what I'm saying? And then once you have the intention and the goal, then we could talk about productization. So my intention is I want to build a podcast so I can connect with different entrepreneurs at a higher level. My goal is to do 100 shows with some of these top
Yeah,
people,
whatever,
or
yeah.
my goal is to get, you know, to have a show that travels, or I want to have a virtual show, whatever your goal is. You know what I'm saying? Or my goal is to make 100,000. You got to identify what the goal is. Then once you productize, you can do the math. Okay, cool. I want to make 100,000. Um, I have $1,000 product. Okay, I need to sell 100 of them. It's 100,000.
Well, at least you got something already, like some type of a plan, you will say.
Yeah, you gotta have an idea of what it is. You gotta have an intention, you gotta have a goal, and then you have to make products. You have to have at least one product. You gotta have that. Cause that's gonna get you to the goal.
Got it. And so let's talk about what are some stuff that you see a lot of people doing wrong.
They don't have an intention, they don't have a goal, they think it's easy, and when they get hard, they quit. When they ain't getting the YouTube views or the downloads, then they quit.
But you
So
said it in the first, and I took it even to myself that it's not always about the views. Like a lot
it's
of
not
people think that, oh,
about
you
the
know, this
views, but if you ask that average podcaster how they're gonna monetize, what are they gonna say?
like sponsors, deals, maybe affiliate, some of them,
There you go. They're gonna
and
say
yeah,
views, brand deals, and
and paid
sponsors.
from YouTube, yeah,
There you
which is
go.
sucks, and
So
everybody say,
exactly. So you need to get a mentor, someone that knows how to make money with it, right? You need an intention, you need a goal. You know what I'm saying? You attention, goal, productization, and I would get mentorship. I wouldn't do nothing without coaching or mentorship.
that's dope.
Coach people
That's
think coaching and mentorship's expensive. What's expensive is if you wasting your time. The more
yeah, I agree, man.
the
And
more time you waste is that's what you're paying. You're not paying with money. Money is easy to get back. If
dude, I agree with that
I could
100%.
teach you how to I could teach you how to make some money today with the podcast. You know what I'm saying? But if you try to figure it out on your own, you're wasting way more time. If you would have just paid somebody that can let you know right now, you execute the steps, and then you get that transformation.
So were you in when you started, what was kind of your way to study everything? Like you just paid somebody or you tried it on yourself, like tried it on
No.
your own?
I wasted time just like they wasting time. I had to figure it out. But I didn't come into podcasting wanting to monetize. I came into podcasting wanting to build relationships.
Mm,
It wasn't until I invested in multiple coaches that I saw this is a lane that I could monetize. But it's because I was investing in myself and I was looking at, you know, what am I good at? What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like I just happened to be podcasting as well. But I had to invest in myself and get a mentor for me to understand my value, and that was part of my value.
yes, sir. So couple of questions and then we'll give it to the audience to ask a couple of questions. By the way, if
Nah,
you guys have any questions, you
nah,
can drop it
it
right now
ain't.
as well.
Now, prop nice said the fees being charged now is questionable. I mean, it's all about how you see yourself, bro. No one questions college.
Yeah, right? That's a big one, man.
College is costing you anywhere from $250 to $400,000, bro. No one questioning college, and then the average person in the United States is making $60,000. You're graduating college in debt. You know what I'm saying? So no one's
Facts.
questioning college. I would rather pay a mentor that has exactly the life I want, that has the information in a category that I want to learn, $100,000 to teach me so I can skip all the steps. That's worth 100 because
Win.
once I make that money back, I can make $1 million. Once you know how to fish, you can keep fishing. But the way college teaches you is how to never fish. They just teach you how to buy equipment. They don't never teach you the thing that's gonna make you money. They just teach you how to like they college teach you theory. They don't teach you real things. There's no millionaire college professors that are in college that are teach you how to make $1 million. You're learning from 30,000, 40,000, 60,000, maybe a six figure, depending on what college you go to,
Max.
right? Professor that's teaching you business, and they don't even teach you credit. They don't teach you taxes. They don't teach you business funding. They don't teach you how to launch a business. They don't teach you business structure. But you're paying $100,000 from that happily every year with no question. So I don't think it's expensive. What's expensive is not knowing. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm 43. If I would have knew what I know now when I was 20, I would have been a multimillionaire. But I
Already,
wasted time.
man.
I wasted time not knowing and not being around people that knew. And it's because I didn't know. I didn't know I could pay for a mentor. I didn't know nothing about credit. I know nothing about
Who who
funding.
who got you to
I
all of
didn't
that,
know
by the way? Is it like
nothing.
you just started like looking on YouTube? Like how'd you got to that space of like podcasting and stuff like that? Like who kind of got
Um,
you into that?
nah, again, I was podcasting because I wanted a cheat code to build relationships.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And because I was just doing that because I liked doing it. I wasn't doing it to get money. I did something that I enjoyed. Once I started to invest in myself, I saw how I could leverage this thing that I like to do business with it.
And how you were able, so sometimes I have this, I don't want to say it's an issue, but sometimes it's like a challenge. So you have this, let's say you never met with this guy, you know, either a lady or a guy or maybe somebody famous that you want to get in your podcast. What are some strategies you will do right now to get him? Like somebody that you like, damn, I need this guy to be there, but maybe, you know, maybe he offers like some type of amount to pay to get him, or maybe there's not even an offer that you can pay him and you just want to water him. Like, what are some strategies that you use to get some of the people that you wanted?
Well, I'll tell you what. Two things that I know work for sure is one, making content about this person, and then telling your followers to tag them below. That definitely works. Hey, listen, y'all. You see this guy right here, this Grant Cardone. I'm looking to get him on my podcast. What I need you to do, I need you guys to tag Grant Cardone below
As
this
much as
video
possible, yeah.
and let him know that he need to be on my podcast. So that works. The second thing is, if you have a little bit of money, I would pay I would pay for the VIP ticket at whatever conference. So if this is a
That's
conference,
what
this is a
I've
summit,
been doing a
whatever.
lot. The
Yeah,
last four
I
years,
would
man, just
yeah.
jamming
I would pay for the
events.
yeah, pay for the VIP ticket and then just meet them and then do run and gun. Because if you do run and gun, you're gonna get an interview. Like let's say you pay for an event, Gary V's there. If you got your camera and you running and gunning, you look, yo, Gary, can I get a quick little interview? He gonna say yeah, because you're already there. You got the camera.
And
You don't
they
got to
don't
schedule
of the
nothing.
day, they don't care. They like they want it. Why not?
100%. They want content,
Yeah,
right?
they're more.
So
It's more exposure for them. That's why I say to a lot of people that like, well, tell them like, you know, I don't feel comfortable. I'm scared and all that. I'm like, listen. In the end of the day, they want the same content that you want. They just, you know, it's their part of the day to day. But you know what I mean?
100%. So those are the two things that I know definitely work that you guys should do.
Got it, got it. So let's. I see that we have a couple of people here. You want to just check real quick if they have any questions.
Yeah,
So guys, if you have any
yeah.
questions,
So
put them in the
Mr.
chat. Let's.
Mr. Get in position. I have the team reach out to you for sure. Um, let's speak for people not going to college. Mentors is similar to college teachers getting you now results. Nice. I'm not sure what you're asking, bro, but this is the thing. Mentorships and coaching gives you accountability. Some people need accountability. Some people just can't learn from a book, or they can't learn from an audio, or they can't learn from YouTube because they don't have discipline, right? So if you have discipline and you can self-teach yourself and you can dedicate 2, 3, 4 hours every
A
single day
day.
to the thing that you want to learn, then you don't need coaching or mentorship. You just need to know what to learn and what to study. But most people need accountability. Most people need somebody to tell them what to do. Most people need a deadline, and most people need follow up. So if you know that about your learning style, then I would pay somebody that has the results to teach me and be there for me and support me. But if you don't have the money or you don't want to invest in yourself, but you have discipline and accountability and you have the drive, then you can just go on YouTube and then find the information and then go at it at your own situation. You don't need coaching. But most people don't have that. So that's why they need to invest. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
But
that's
and if
big.
you
That's big.
most people don't have discipline, they're distracted. So that's
And
why they
I feel
need
like you
mentors.
also need somebody to kind of, like you said, kind of do an exam for you. Like, hey, here's your goal for the next week. Here's your goal for the next month. Here's your goal for the next 3 months. Let's see what you have accomplished. And let's see, like, I'm paying somebody that he's like a famous TikToker and a YouTuber. And every month we sit, with each other. We just do like homework. We're going over my videos. We see where we can, improve, where we can do better. So I agree with that. I feel like everybody needs somebody
Yeah.
that is
I
an
mean,
expert. And
and the two things that people just like miss is one, the environment that you get in with other people that may have paid to be in that environment. You're meeting people that are thinking like you. That means you can learn from them, you can collaborate, you can build. That's invaluable. You know what I'm saying? And then the second thing is when you pay somebody, you actually grow. And then the money you can get back and make more money. Time you can't get back. But if I'm afraid to make an investment, guess what? I'm not gonna grow. But if I pay Tom $15,000 to me is now nothing.
yeah,
I can go back and make 15K. But if I'm like, damn, 50K is a lot. I don't know, Tom. I don't know. Guess what? It's always gonna be a lot to you, and you're
yeah,
never gonna make more money because you're always gonna think this is a lot. You know what I'm saying?
and
$100,000
yeah,
is
I
nothing.
100%,
Yeah,
100%.
you're
And I
always
feel
gonna
like
you're always gonna be right there.
that's big of like mentally just the part of like people just not wanting to pay or not wanting to grow. It's always gonna hold them because in the end of the day, somebody 100, 1,000, 10,000, it's a lot. It will always be a lot. You know what I
It's
mean?
always
Like
gonna be a
that's just,
lot.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to go with. That like even like the big money, it's like not a lot because you wanna. And also, by the way, another thing, and I want to hear your perspective about that. Like, a lot of time, we say, oh, well, to go to this event is this, I can do those so much more stuff, with that money. Let's say it's 2 grand or 5,000, whatever. And people just always, will take it and say like, hey, I can go to a vacation, I can do this. What would you say to those people? Like to me, just it's like it's wrong. It's just it's like Grant said, it's a small thinking of like, hey, you need to spend this money to grow yourself and instead of focusing on other stuff.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the problem is we've been taught to think money is what's valued. Money is not value. Money is just an exchange of value. It's an exchange of how you get value. And then money is like oxygen. You're not gonna run out of money, just like you're not gonna run out of oxygen. You might not have the money in your pocket, but it's due to you not having certain skills or not lacking certain information or not being educated on how money works. But there's no shortage of money. It may just be short around you, which means I need to get around a Tom who might have the information and the resources that money is in abundance, or at least the mindset that it is, and it's gonna be infectious to me. But if I'm around other people that are thinking small, that think, hey, listen, investing in coaching is dumb. Reading is stupid. YouTube, no, man, let's go to this concert. Then you always gonna
Yeah,
be like them.
yeah, I agree. Well, let's give it a chance for a couple last questions. And man, we've been giving some. I mean, you've been going on it all the live, man, with some free games tonight. So definitely, we appreciate you here for
Yeah,
you know
Yeah, 100%. If y'all got any questions,
bringing
you
it.
can drop them below. Y'all can feel free to DM me. There's an arrow above. You can hit that arrow, follow me,
Yeah,
whatever questions y'all got. But yeah, man, this is dope. Make sure you guys follow Tom if you're
yeah.
not already following him.
Make sure you guys stay tuned for the next episode. I'm gonna try to, by the way, just so you know, to try to do it weekly, and then I'm opening the podcast. That's what I told you, that we definitely need to be in touch with that about that and see how can I develop my podcast as well. So we'll definitely be in
Yeah,
touch on that.
yeah, hundred
But
percent,
Brandon,
hundred
man, I
percent.
appreciate you jumping on. I think we gave a lot of info today, and see you soon, brother.
I
We definitely got a
mean, I
lot of work to
appreciate
do.
you. Listen,
Appreciate
y'all,
you,
make
man.
sure you guys follow Tom, and, and,
Appreciate you,
and, and
brother.
engage with his content, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Let's do it.